What's going on? It's Justeeni here. I had a really interesting game with Zabasi because I've been playing a lot of Zabasi. You guys are just gonna have to get used to it if you haven't already. I mean, I am like the Zabasi guy as of right now. So yeah, we've got Zabasi gameplay. What's so special about this one? You guys will see. Maybe the title and or thumbnail will tell you, but if it doesn't, then ooh. Okay, so things kind of start out very normal so far. I've been really enjoying this new, I guess kind of in quotation marks, this what I've been liking to do recently. This 4 warrior, no tech opening. And it's really good because it maximizes the amount of warriors you get, and if you workshop your second city, your economy is in a great spot. In this case, you can kind of adapt to whatever happens. I go construction in this case. And we have beautiful windmill market setup, so I'm just going to take advantage of that. And that's kind of a normal Zabasi start, but this game does not end up being the most normal. I see the city. I decide to go for this attack because I've got 2 warriors. Get my really quick giant. And I've already planned out all my market spots. This was a 24-hour game, so I am able to plan things. Getting 2 pop growths, and then I'm going to set up a border growth in the future. I go for fishing to improve my explore. It does slow down my markets, but I think it's a worthy sacrifice here. Climbing rune as well, which means I didn't actually need to do that, although it did still help the explorer anyway. And yeah, I've got plenty of cities to work with. Again, I already know my markets are kind of locked up. I already have them really quick. I'm just going to expand first. I don't want to be trapped on too few cities. Now go rider roads before capturing the city. And I really do want to hold on to this. However, they do walk in with a giant. That's a little bit annoying. But I kind of just leave it for now. That's all I can do. Get my road connections, getting ready for trade really soon. Go for this border growth. Things are pretty interesting right now. They do deny me this village. They are on the water, looking to dominate. Now, yeah, you see that I don't actually go trade. And the reason why is because I'm going for this unsiege, because what I was expecting is that I would keep this city. After I unsiege, I can send my giants in for support, and I'm good to go. I keep the city, easy win. Now what actually happens, you might tell because I'm making note of what my plan was, and yeah, they have a giant. And now I'm outnumbered here, and I just don't have enough time. I'm losing the city, and this is really bad. My position was amazing until I had done this. This is a huge blunder, because usually it is good to get a giant out of a city before you lose it, but in this case, not only do I use a monument, but I'm also using farming construction. There's no guarantee Shinji has that. So I'm getting a giant that they may have not been able to get out of that city in any way, which means they just kind of leveled it up for them. Yes, they do still have to kill the giant, but that's very easy in this position. So I spent all of these stars and a monument, basically what could have been a giant somewhere else, and also trade. I would have got my markets up. Basically, I kind of shot myself in the foot there, and now things are going to be a lot trickier. Because my expansion I'm a little behind on. I do get my markets, but I am losing the city, so they're getting a lot of eco to make up for potentially not having markets. And they're on the water, so I can only assume that's what they're playing for. Their scouts are being really annoying. But now I go sailing. Kind of fighting back here. They overextended these scouts, so now I actually will be able to get both of these cities. And the thing is, it's definitely not over yet, because they're going to fight very hard for this naval, and they're going to, like, they have so many giants. One thing about Shinji that I don't really hear talked about is how good their naval is. It's very strong. And you will see, like, they just can pump out so many giants without the need for markets. And they just don't interact with the riding branch, basically. So they're going in for this crazy attack, and I'm just not ready for this sort of thing. They go for the siege, but luckily it's only a 14 HP. I've got riders on defense to knock it off. But they've got a 40 HP giant ready and a quadism. I am not getting naval control. they're gonna have total control over this big lake in the middle. So I go strategy, trying to kind of bunker down on defense, and maybe that can be used later to fight back. Maybe. But yeah, I am able to at least get some good vision and see, yeah, their cities are doing really well. They don't have markets, but their cities are doing so well that this naval dominance is. And yeah, they're just kind of knocking me off the water, sending the giant in. I can at least go around and take out that juggernaut, but I still have the 40 HP giant. And I am preparing the giant push to at least kind of delay the inevitable. I need to, as much time as I can get here, really. I go for this bridge here. The name of the game is going to be defending with these riders. I have shown off a couple times. Been doing this a lot lately, using riders to defend my coastlines. And that's going to be key here, once again, to not lose this game. Because otherwise, I'm just going to get overrun. But they go in for this attack, siege me, use like more attacking with the rammers, bombers now going in. But they do give me an opportunity. Because they did siege with this 40 HP giant, which they should not have done, because now, boom, giant's gone. And that's a huge sigh of relief for me. But the thing is, there's still more giants, so it's not over yet. And the bombers are so oppressive here. I don't even have aquatism, despite the fact that I have trade, because I've been having to focus so much on defending. Like, they are outclassing me in the water big time right now. This juggernaut is basically dead. Another giant landed. Another giant ready to invade. And I'm just trying to hold on here. I can at least take out this giant with some really nice micro here. Really squeezing all the value out of my units. And I can take out one bomber, injure another, barely. But I still don't really have a way of taking back the water. I get this giant, but this is more of a response to their giant, so then if they advance, then I at least can defend. Yeah, huge bomber value for them though, and my entire naval force is wiped out. Now they siege with this giant. And I need a plan to unsiege this, but luckily this was another mistake for them. You might see why. Look at this, 3 bombers now. And I just have nothing in the water, but I'm given another chance. So second Justeeni. And will this be enough? Maybe, just maybe, I can get in the water now. I still don't have aquatism, by the way, or navigation. I don't even have ramming. Like, I'm still way behind in terms of naval tech, and my economy is nice, but I only have 3 markets because the other cities don't have good market spots. Now they've got 4 bombers, and they are shutting down any chance of me getting in the water. 5 bombers. This giant's actually just dead. This advance was a little too careless on my part. But I am able to at least knock this giant's HP down, so then it's not too much of an issue. And I'm sending my giants back, but just trying to get some rafts in the water. Maybe something can happen. But they've got this big force to be reckoned with. It doesn't have any juggernauts though, because they lost all their giants to Justeeni's, but these bombers are just still there. And I just cannot build a good front line at the moment. Now they've got strategy, so their naval control is only going to get stronger if I don't do anything. But I go ramming, try to fight back a little bit, weaken a bomber, get another giant ready. And it's a little bit of a waiting game. I can't go in too early because I just don't have the resources, but I do need to go in at some point. They start to continue to cause problems, you know, slow down my economy, make it hard for me to do stuff. But I mean, the sieges aren't too bad because I've got riders to unsiege. I go for this giant here, weaken it, and then I can actually take that out. Every super unit gone is a huge deal for me. So that's gone, and that's a potential bomber also gotten rid of. Now I go for navigation myself, bomb away there at their overextended units. Still not quite enough to push back, but it is giving me some space to defend. They advance again. More bombers, really throwing their units up. Everything's going up, and this is not a good idea, actually, by the opponent. This is a huge overextension. And now, finally, I can kind of lunge forward and actually deal with things. Suddenly, I'm actually on the water. Now I can get a as a huge bomber splash. And with their bombers being really damaged, and all of their front line basically gone, now this is starting to look a lot better for me. Now the cloaks though, but I'm not as worried about the cloaks this time around because I at least have some naval presence and I can really fight back. They're kind of assembling a front line again, but I've got the bombers ready. So now I'm starting to crush their naval presence. There goes another bomber, and that whole back line that they've been building up is starting to crumble. This bomber also getting hit. I'm really pushing now. Another cloak hit, but I've got juggernauts ready to kind of clear the daggers. They've got a juggernaut as well, but it's just going to get taken out. Bombers are still kind of splashing away, but this is looking very good for me at this point. Rammers going in. I've got so much more space to work with now. Before I was like really pushed back, I could only put a very small handful of units in the water. But after they kind of overextended themselves, first with the giants, 2 really bad sieges that I could Justeeni, and then after they overextended themselves, now the picture is completely flipped. They just don't have a way of holding on. They're trying their best here, but it's just not going to happen. My market economy finally catching up and just completely dominating here. I have juggernauts. They don't. And now my rammers and bombers are just gaining so much space here. I can also forge chivalry, because why not? So now I can pressure on land as well. And yeah, after a pretty long game, 27 turns, or I guess 26 turns, he resigns at the start of turn 27 after doing nothing. Really interesting battle. Again, if we just kind of go back, it was looking pretty bleak with this just absolutely ginormous navy making a bunch of bombers, but I was just able to kind of stay patient, and once they overextended, then I was able to do something. Otherwise, my plan would just be to slowly make a bomber line, creep up inch by inch, and maybe something could happen, or make like a bunch of rammers. Who knows? It would be very difficult to actually make something happen, but they made it a little easier for me by just kind of throwing all their units at me, thinking that it would be enough, but not in this case. This nice water here is very nice for defense, but also I have land connections with the 2 bridges that I made. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool game. Really clutch defense. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.